record button now. We are recording. Okay, we have something super exciting for you guys to do. We haven't done it yet. It is going to be a virtual field trip, which means we're going to go on a virtual or field trip without even leaving our seats. Okay. So, oh, AJ's like, whoa, yeah, it's going to be, we looked up some pretty cool places, but this one was pretty cool. So I'm going to do what's called screen sharing. I'm going to share with you my screen. All right, everybody see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. You see my mouse moving around, it says Zoom. I'm gonna minimize that. Okay, so I have to move this bar because it's right in my way. What we are gonna do today for our field trip is we are going to visit what's called an aquarium. Raise your hand if you've ever been to an aquarium before. It's like a zoo, but only for aquatic animals. Oh, it's saying my connection's unstable. Hopefully you guys can keep up. It's probably because there's so many of us, which is awesome, and I have so many tabs open. So we are actually visiting the Monterey Bay Aquarium, which is going to be super exciting. So you'll see if we go down, there's all of these live webcams. We're going to go to each one nice and slowly. Can everybody hear me still? I look like I'm slowing down. Am I still good? Yep. Okay. Thanks, Brittany. All right. So first, guess what? We get to check out the birds. How cool is this? Oh my goodness. I have to move you guys down a little bit. And it looks like it's taking just a minute. You know what I might do? I might close all my tabs and then just click on them as they come up, because I think that might be slowing us down. There's some pretty cool camps. Okay, so check this out. We are live right now. So this is what's really happening right there where that camera is. I want you to turn to the person next to you, and if nobody's next to you, that's okay. Just say out loud, what do you guys see? I see a couple people say birds. What do you see? How many birds do you see? Hold it up on your hand. How many birds do you see? Oh, I see some people saying 3. Oh, I just saw one run up there. Do you see it at the top of the screen? It's right. Oh, there it is. Look how cool that is. Oh, there's another one. He's running too. What do you notice about these birds? I noticed this one down here has a long beak. Do you see that long beak? Everybody pretend that you have a long beak. Ready? Pretend that you have a long beak. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine having a beak at the front of your face? What? That's crazy. Okay, now everybody get some bugs off the ground. I love it. What about this guy? Look at, can you guys see my mouse? Look at, he's big. That guy's fast. Holy cow. He's big. He has a big beak with, it looks like it's red or orange. Oh, and I was just notified my video is slower for you guys. So I'm going to slow down just in case. Do you guys see all the birds moving though? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to exit this one. And now we're going to go to the next one. Are you ready for this? If our video gets there, I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone. Welcome to digital teaching. It's very flexible and go with the flow. Okay. Oh, look at this. The coral reef crit cam. I clicked on this earlier. Guys, this is so cool. Give it a second. Or more than a second. Oh. Is it going to give it to us? Ooh, look at that fish. Let's see what's in this. Let's see what's in this, the coral reef, the live cam, meaning this is happening at the aquarium right now as we speak. It's still giving me that wheel. Whoa. Whoa. Do you guys see all that? It's a little digitally right now. If you could be any of those fish, which fish would you be? Point to it. Do you wish you could swim in the water like those fish? Or do you want to stay on the land? Oh, hey, Everett, I see you're on here. What do you guys think? I see some people saying like, yeah, I want to be a fish. And other people are like, nah, I don't want to be a fish. I want to stay on land. I see Hagen saying, yeah. I see Emily saying, nah, I don't want to be a fish. Look how cool they are, guys. And this is actually at the aquarium. So if you've been to an aquarium, you know those big fish tanks. Oh, look at that black and yellow one. And that pretty pink thing in the background, that's called coral. That is actually a living thing. So that's not just decoration, that's a living, real thing. Which one's your favorite on this screen? Point to your favorite one on this screen. All right, I see my video is going a little slower for you guys. It's probably the bandwidth, like I said, having so many people. Are you guys ready to go to the next section? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me go back. I'm saving my favorite one for last. Man, it is going so slow. Here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to actually ask, we're going to see if this works. If you have your camera on and you have an adult next to you, can we all turn off our cameras? Don't leave the meeting, just turn off your camera. If you have an adult next to you, turn off your camera and see if that helps our bandwidth. I know we normally don't do that. It's kind of an odd thing. We'll turn back on our cameras, don't worry. But for right now, turn off your camera. I can still hear you if I unmute you. And I still want you to do the activities, but it's, that might be where our bandwidth issue is coming on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see if that helps us move a little bit smoother. If you can't turn off your camera, no big deal. If you can, let's just see if we can see if that speeds up the bandwidth. Oh, I see. Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That really makes it a lot easier. Oh, whoa. These are so serene, so relaxing. If you've ever seen a jellyfish before in an aquarium or in real life, sometimes when I'm walking on the beach, you'll see them on the ground. They would have washed up to shore. Tell somebody in your house or give me a thumbs up if you've seen a jellyfish before. Look how long their tentacles are.
My mom is not here.
Oh, that's okay. You could just give me a thumbs up, okay, Mackenzie, if you've seen a jellyfish. Mackenzie says no, and it's totally fine if you've never seen a jellyfish. Jellyfish are very cool because they actually, these tentacles have a very strong power. And they use these tentacles to protect themselves from prey. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Give me a thumbs up if you've seen Finding Nemo. In Finding Nemo, they bounce on the tops of these jellyfish, right? And who can tell me why they bounce on the tops of jellyfish and not swim through the tentacles? Unmute yourself and see, and whoever unmutes, I'll let you talk. See if you could tell me why they bounce on the tops and don't swim through the tentacles. Emily, I'll unmute you. Emily, go ahead. Why do they bounce on the tops?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? That's okay. That's totally fine. They bounce on the tops because these tentacles actually can shock you. They can electrocute you, which is really cool. So they put see how they're touching each other and it doesn't bother them? That's pretty cool because if anything else, well, most anything else that touches them actually will get shocked. There are some animals like a fish, nope, I meant a turtle, that can, turtles can eat these jellyfish, and when they eat the jellyfish, they actually don't get shocked, which is pretty cool. But other animals, they hit the jellyfish and it can actually really harm them or even kill them. So it's their defense mechanism. Are you guys ready to go to the next section of this aquarium?
Yeah.
I see a lot of yes, I see a couple no's, so we'll give it like 10 more seconds of looking at these nice jellyfish. They're so cute. They're so relaxing and mesmerizing. So if you're ever like, I need to calm down, I bet you this would be a good thing, watching jellyfish.
Now can you mute me?
Hey, now we're gonna go back. There's someone. Haha. Okay. We're just gonna give it a second. Thanks for being patient, guys. Oh, we are there. Okay, kelp forest. Okay, so do you guys want to go to the kelp forest right now, or do you want to go to the open sea? So if you want to go to kelp forest, do a 1, and I'll try and if your parents buy, turn off their camera. That made 0 sense. Turn on their camera. If you want to go to kelp forest, which is this one, hold up a 1. If you want to go to the open sea to see what's actually swimming out there, do a 2. So kelp forest is a 1, open sea is a 2. What do you guys think? Ooh, I see a whole lot of 2s. Okay, I see a couple 1s. I see a whole lot of 2s. So we'll do 2, open sea. I have not clicked on this one yet, so I'm very excited to see what's out there. I'm hoping that we get to see some real live action. Thank you for being patient, all of you, while we deal with the internet. It's so awesome that so many people showed up on our call. Oh, here we go. Oh, whoa. What do you guys see? What are those? Uh-oh. There we go. What are those? Can you guys tell? Are those dolphins? Let's see what else. Remember, this is, yeah, it's dolphins. Let's see. This is in the actual ocean, so let's see what else swims by. You see some fish in the background, but they're pretty far from the camera. Let's see if anything else comes up.
Dolphins.
Whoa, look at all those. It's a little hard to see the animals because it is in the actual ocean and not in one of their tanks. Whoa, who knows what that is? It's called a hammerhead shark.
Hammerhead shark.
Yes, we can see a hammerhead shark. All right, for sake of time, I'm gonna pull off on this one and we're gonna go to the next pretty
Oh, am I doing thing? Are you muting me?
Yeah, yes, Mackenzie, I keep muting you to help our bandwidth, okay? We're gonna give it a couple seconds to load. All right. Due to timing, I'm gonna, all right, oh my goodness. Sea otter cam, we have to go to this one. Who wants to see the sea otters? They're so cute, I love sea otters. Oh, Michaela just got so excited. I love sea otters, they're actually one of my husband's favorite animals. And when all of these open back up, we tried getting the Oregon Coast Aquarium, but they don't do live cameras. So we ended up at the Monterey Aquarium. Oh my goodness, look at that little guy right there. Do you see him with his tail and he's just floating, or she, I'm not really sure. And then there's one at the top right corner cleaning his tail or her tail.
It's so cute.
Yes, it is very cute. I love otters. You can see one up there sleeping on the rock. Oh, here comes one swimming. Look how fast they are. Did you know that otters actually will hold hands with each other so that way they don't float away from each other while they're sleeping? And so they will hold hands so they don't roll away or float away from each other. So I have a feeling that this guy right here who's just kind of floating there, I have a feeling that he might be sleeping. Yes, Emily.
I saw otters when I was 4 with my Aunt Chelsea and Hagen, Kimber, and Brittany and Cameron.
Awesome possum. You know, otters are incredible. I love seeing them when we're like out and about.
Adopted.
Yeah, otters are pretty rad. Thanks for sharing, Emily. Okay. I think seeing otters are exciting too. I'm gonna text parent meeting starting. Okay. Okay. Now this one I'm extra excited for. This is our last one. And it's the shark cam. Who's ready for the shark cam? I love sharks. I think they're so cool. I wish there was an orca cam, but you know, there's not. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. I'm unmuted, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Also, guys, while we're waiting for this to load, the ducks have gotten, they're literally the size of my hand. It's crazy. Oops, oops, oops. No, stop. All right, full screen. Let's see what kind of sharks we see. Ooh, there's one. And I can't remember what kind of shark that is. It's not a tiger shark, but I can't remember. Oh, a leopard shark, maybe. That's what my husband just said. Oh, here's another one coming up. He's swimming closer to us. That one looks like a, I clearly don't know my sharks. A bull shark? I'm not sure. Oh, and here's another one straight across the screen. Oh, what? A nurse shark. That one's a nurse shark. Ooh, ooh, they're moving closer to the shark. I'm not sure what's happening on the screen. I don't know if someone's doing that. If you are capable of writing on my screen, please don't. I don't think you guys have that power. But if you are, but it might be them, I'm not sure. Wow, look at, oh, and look at those fish. What makes me curious every time I go, oh, there's another one. I think that is a leopard shark. I could be wrong.
My mom was parents meeting.
Okay, well, when she's done.
What always makes me curious, oh, there's another one, that dark shark right there. What makes me curious about shark tanks is how do they keep the sharks from eating the other fish in the aquarium? You know what I mean? And I think it's because they keep the sharks so well fed, that then they just kind of leave the sharks alone, or the other fish alone. But I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. Or maybe that the fish that they put with the sharks aren't fish that they tend to like to eat for dinner. I'm not sure. I see one at the top of the screen. Oh, here's our last one before we close out. Sharks also are pretty cool because they are like fish. They can never stop moving. Oh, someone could draw on my screen because now it's on this page. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to look this up. Whoever figured that out, let me know how you just drew on my screen, because I would like to know. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna stop screen sharing. Perfect. I'm gonna turn off the internet, or not turn off the internet. You guys can turn your cameras back on. Thank you to everybody who turned off your camera to help us with that bandwidth. We are now, that was such a cool thing. Sharks are so cool. Otters are so cool. There was a lot more, but with the way that our internet was running kind of slow with all of us viewing it, we weren't going to go through the rest of them, so maybe we'll go through the rest of them another day. As of right now, it is time for you to switch over, kiddos, to your parents, because it is the parent meeting where I have a few things to go over with parents, some discussion. So if you are a student, hand it over to your parent. Hey, Raylee, I would like to unmute you, but I can't. It says I have to ask you, so you have to unmute yourself. Do you know how to unmute yourself, sweetie? On the bottom left of your screen, there's a like microphone. Yep, there you go. What's up, girlfriend?
My mom is not here. She's outside.
Do you mind going to get her and ask her if she wants to do the parent meeting? Okay, we'll wait for you. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Okay, I think I have everybody else muted. So I can probably just hear myself again. It's funny because the only way that I know that you guys can hear me is the like random like nods or smiles. Otherwise, I just like don't know what's going on. So I actually do not like having everybody turn off their cameras, because then I can't, like, I don't know what's going on because I can't see anybody. So it makes me extra uncomfortable when there's no cameras on, which I already get really awkward teaching online. So it makes me extra awkward. If that was even possible, I didn't think it was. It is. So thanks for flipping your cameras back on. Hey, Kylie, I'm glad that you were able to hop on. She was really worried. She was like, my mom's outside. I was like, it's okay, just go get her. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started, my friends. First things first. Yes, the writing video, wait a second. Someone's unmuted. Okay. The writing video today has not been posted because it was posted, but then it didn't get posted. I'm not really sure what happened. And then my daughter, Austin, has been screaming all day long. As some of you know, new mom, she's 5 months old. She's been like crying all day. So every time I went to re-record what was already put out, she's like been screaming. So I figured all of you with children would understand that. It will be posted. Like I've reprinted it 3 times because I've retried filming that many times, sitting right here. So I'll post that writing video tonight, and I'll post tomorrow's video. We are a little messed up because of, you can hear her in the background. This has been my day all day. We got a little messed up because of Memorial Day, and this whole planning out thing has been pretty hard for us, and we totally forgot about Memorial Day and put lesson plans in the packet for Memorial Day, and then it dawned on us that it's Memorial Day and we're not expecting you guys to work on Memorial Day, just like the kids wouldn't be at school on Memorial Day. So it's going to be a little bit messed up for a couple days. I promise we'll fix it. It'll be okay. We have 2 weeks. It'll be fine. But just be aware of that. This Friday, and this is like hugely, hugely important to hear because it's different than the last 2 weeks. This Friday is the last packet pickup, right? Because like school's over pretty much, and next Friday is the last like academic day. The rest of the time we're conversing with adults, which we'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. So this Friday is the last packet pickup. What we did the very first time is we had grade specific times, right? Right. And then we were like, that didn't work out so well. Let's change it to, if you can show up, show up. Well, because this is the last parent pickup, you guys are picking up all of your students' stuff this Friday. Lost and Found will be out. Books will be out for pickup. Any of your students' stuff will be out. So in order to have it somewhat organized instead of total chaos, we are going back to assigned times for pickup. Okay, and I know that's frustrating and it's hard, but if you turn around and think about it as we have 6 grades, and each of those grades and each of those classrooms has 20 plus students, and then we just said everybody show up between 8 to 10 and 2 to 4, the line would be out the road, down the road, like it would be chaos as we're trying to find your student stuff, right? So we have to go back to this method. So packet pickup for us and all of your stuff pickup is 8 to 9.
9 to
Ms.
10.
Sullivan?
9 to 10.
Nope. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Awesome. 9 to 10 on Friday. If you have a student in multiple grades, you show up to the first kiddo's time slot. Okay, so for example, I know Kelly has Mackenzie, and she has her older brother who's in 2nd grade. And so Kelly and Chris would show up at kindergarten time slot, not at 2nd grade time slot. Does that make sense? Just like the very first time we did it. I know it's so hard. It's frustrating. You know, you guys, many of you still are working. We will work around your schedule. I'm not saying if you don't come at that time, you're not getting your stuff. However, if you can make it, please, please, please do. It'll just make organization and getting this stuff out there less frustrating for you guys, right? Because then we'll have a system and it'll flow. If you have a 5th grader, this part is important. If you have a 5th grader with your kindergartner, your 5th grader, you'll want to either, you have 2 options. You can either come both times, right? So 5th grade's 3 to 4. So you can either come at the 9 to 10 time slot and the 3 to 4 time slot for the 5th grader, or you come only at the 5th grade time slot. The reason it's different for 5th graders, which I'm sure you guys have already put 2 and 2 together, is they are leaving our school, right? So for them, we're having an extra special, like, I'm not going to say it just in case you have 5th graders sitting next to you, but we're going to have something extra special. So if you have a 5th grader in the school, you can either come to both, which kind of sucks, but also like, I don't know, sometimes we just have to be flexible and go with it, or come to the 5th grade time slot. That way your 5th grader gets the celebration of like, hey, I'm leaving, time to go to middle school, because they don't get that celebration that they would normally get every year. Make sense? Okay, and I know only a few of us have 5th graders, so that doesn't go for all of us, but you know, it's good to get the information. Next things next, report cards. Report cards will be being mailed out. They will not be being sent home this Friday. Okay, so you'll get report cards in the mail. Report cards are going to look a little different. If you're new to kindergarten, you've only gotten one set of report cards. If you're, let's say, like Kelly, because I know that I could use her, that's why I keep using her. If you're like Kelly, who is an older student, you've done report cards a few times, right? So you're gonna be like, what's going on with this report card? Okay, so we're going to a 2-point system. It's, well, technically 3. If we did not get to teach the content, and I'm not talking about YouTube teaching, I'm talking about if your student was not sitting in our classroom learning the content from us, then we're gonna put what's called NA on it. I'm sorry, I have to make sure that her food is not too hot. Okay, sorry, my husband's feeding her. I had to make sure it wasn't too hot. Okay, so we have to put, all the moms are laughing at me because they get it. That you have to, we're gonna put NA on it. It just means not applicable, right? So that just means we ourselves did not teach the content right then. Okay, it kind of also lets the next year's teachers know what we hit and what we didn't. The 2 points that they will get will either have an I, which means incomplete. If they have an I on their report card, that means that they did not meet grade level expectations, okay, by the time they left us. So if you end up with an I on your report card, don't panic. Don't be like, oh, my kindergartner is not going to ever leave kindergarten. No, 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 no. What that essentially tells us for the following year is that your kindergartner will need additional help in that area. Does that make sense? So if they get an I, that just tells us with interventions or small group instruction or differentiation is what we call it, your student needs additional help in this area. That's for us and for you guys to know, oh, hey, my kindergartner got an I in rote counting. Rote counting is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? If they got an I in rote counting, that means this summer, as we're driving to the lake, I'm gonna work on counting with them. Oh, my kindergartner got an I in CVC blending. That literally is just like B, at, consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, that means I need to work with them over this summer on that skill. And then it lets our teachers know next fall what they didn't hit grade level at the end of the year and what they need to support them with. We also, at the beginning of the year, will be doing assessments to test and see where your kindergartner is at. So I am going to say this, I've said it 1,000 times, and I know that it's annoying because all of you guys are like, yeah, well, you're a teacher. Of course you're going to say that. Yes, I am. But still, listen, don't stop working this summer. And this isn't because of COVID. This isn't because of the situation that we're in. This is because you can't stop working for 3 months, right? Even if you're doing little things here and there, they're in the bathtub, and Amazon has those really cute like foam things for like $3, like the foam letters and numbers. Work with them on those things. Work with them on equations. Don't stop. We see the biggest decline in academics between kindergarten and first grade year, right? So that means your kindergartner can leave me or Miss Sullivan or Miss Gerber at grade level, meaning they're green. They know their stuff. They don't work all summer, right? We just do the fun stuff, which I do like to do the fun stuff, but that's all they do, and they don't worry about any academics. They can come back to us in the fall below grade level. You're so cute. Anyways, below grade level. And that has nothing to do with even COVID, right? That's just facts that we tell our kindergartners every year. Don't stop working with them. We're sending a summer packet home. Now, the next point, right? So we talked about 2 points. The next point that will end up on your report card is a pass. It's a P. That means they've reached grade level at that thing before they left us. Make sense? So you will have 3 things. NA, which means we didn't teach it in person. You will have incomplete. You might have incomplete. I don't want to say you'll all have incomplete. You might have incomplete, or you'll have pass. Okay, so those are the things that you'll have on your report cards. Now, you will not have a score for music, which is our science actually, for PE or for library. You won't have a score for any of those things. What was that, Sullivan?
Behaviors too.
Oh, thank you. And behavior. Anything non-academic, in our classroom, it'll just be blank. Okay. That's just the expectations for report cards this year. And so that's how you will read your report cards. If you get it and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of 5s, don't panic. Don't panic. Your kindergartner is not repeating kindergarten. Let's start there. I know that a lot of parents are very concerned about that. No one's repeating kindergarten, okay? So it's okay. But it does let you know where your student was when they left us and what you might need to work on during the summer. And if you get your report card and you're like, Mrs. Lopez, I don't know what this like what this goes to. I don't know what rote counting is, let's say. And then I'll just be like, hey, let's hop on Zoom, or I could tell you really fast what rote counting is and give you some ideas on what those activities you could do with them is, okay? On Friday, you guys are gonna get a hefty load. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding, but you are. But you guys are gonna be getting a packet for next week, the 1st to the 5th, okay? It is not split up by days like we have right now. It is just a fun packet that you could do like here. Oh, I want to do a couple pages here, a couple. It's what we would do at the end of the year with our kindergartners anyways, as things are wrapping up, like word searches and write cool thing, right? Like it's the fun stuff. And then you're going to get a morning work packet, and that gives you just that additional work. I know a lot of you are super stoked about the morning work. We love it too. Now you get it. And then you're also going to get 2 summer packets. The only reason you're getting 2 summer packets is because I could not send in it as one file because they were like, it's too big. It's like 80, no, it's not. It's like 100 something pages. I don't know how many pages it is, but it was like too big for me to send it in one file. So I had to split up the packet and send it in 2 files. So you're going to get 2, and it's going to be like, why are we getting so much? Because you're getting 4 things, but it's fine. Okay, so you'll get morning work packet to do throughout the summer. The next week's packet, I totally forgot. Next week's packet, and then 2 summer packets. And you'll just start at the first one that has this is the summer packet page. And then when you get through that, then you'll start on the next summer packet, which says part 2, I think is what I labeled it. If you were in my class, you're welcome. You get text messages all summer from me saying, how are you doing on your summer packet? Yes, I know. Also, don't forget to continue to send your teacher pictures of your kiddos. If you guys are at the lake and you're like, oh my gosh, my kid is so cute. I want their teacher to see, but I don't want to be annoying. You're not annoying. Send us the picture. I want to see it, okay? So send us all the pictures all throughout summer. Don't feel like, oh, my kid's actually paddleboarding, but I don't want to, she's not my teacher anymore. I'm always your teacher. Okay, so always send the picture to any of your teachers. I know that we would all love it. Okay, let me think. I don't think I missed anything. I'm sorry if I talked too fast.
Caitlin, Miss Lopez, did you do the handwriting? Did we end up doing that?
Handwriting packet. Yes. You will also, you're getting 5 things. I forgot. I print shopped 4 and Miss Sylvie print shopped 1. See, this is why we are a team, because teachers and humans need other people to do life. Handwriting packet also. you are working on it. Your handwriting, you'll have a handwriting packet. So you're getting 5 things. A handwriting packet where your kiddo just practices the letters. Look at how we have it, how they're supposed to write their letters. We always start at the top, never at the bottom. Don't let them get into bad habits, right? Get them into writing the letters the right way, the way that we say. You might be like, well, I don't write my letters like that. Okay, well, you're also 30, 40, 50 years old and have made your habits, right? Like by yourself. And so let's teach them the right way. And then when they're in high school, they could develop their own habits, right? Does that make sense? So we're sending those packets home. So just make sure you're having them practice that the right way and just keeping up on their handwriting. Some, kindergartners could really use that. If you need some fine motor activities, which means you notice that your kindergartner can't use a pair of scissors and they go like this, or they can't quite like get it open and get it closed. Cool. Get a pair of scissors, get a piece of paper, and practice cut. If they take a piece of paper, I'm not going to cut that one. I need one for my 12,000th recording of that lesson. I'll show you my camping list. Okay, so just have them cut, right? Just cutting paper, that fine motor. So those are all things you can work on in the summer over and over and over. I know it's a lot. I know it seems like a lot, but even 5, 10, 15 minutes a day makes a huge difference. And on top of that, make sure you're reading every night for 40 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. For 20 minutes. I saw some of you like, just kidding. For 20 minutes every night. And if you're like, I can't get to it because we have baseball tonight and I just got home and it's 9 o'clock at night and I haven't even made dinner. Okay, then don't read that night. It's okay. But like, don't not read every night. Like,
And use the independent readers. They can read to their teddy bear or the dog.
Or the dog, or their imaginary friend.
Yes.
Or their brother or sister, right? Like, just have them read. It's a huge benefit. There's even benefits. I've said this before to my class. Even at infancy, they say read out loud to your babies because it helps them developmentally. Read every night. If you're like, I don't have any books and we burned all of our readers, I hope you didn't do that. But if you did, YouTube has great books that they go through and they like show the print concepts, which is reading like left to right, top to bottom, turning the page, right? All of those things are on YouTube. So just find a good, appropriate YouTube video that has an appropriate book that they can listen to in that sense, right? Hopefully the libraries will be opening back up. I know Lapine Library, you can get a free library card, which I believe when I was on maternity leave, we did, right? So yeah, everybody's like, yeah, I don't even know because I was at home. Yeah, you all have library cards. So go to the library and get free books when it is open and if you feel safe leaving your home. I think, and inside the summer packet has this really cool thing where you like read a book and then you get a color and a shape when you read that book. Isn't that fun? Yeah, it is. So you get a color, like a thing for every book you read. So, and there's one for like July, August, June. I don't know why I did that backwards. So yeah, for questions, I know a lot of parents have been like, well, what about next year? Your guess is as good as ours, right? When we know, you guys will know. I know my families, they know that as soon as I find something out, I hop on and I text them almost immediately. We know nothing. So just kind of be flexible like us. We don't know what next year is going to look like. All we know is we're giving you work for the summer. And you are so thankful for that. We know.
I think something to note though is most districts are planning for like multiple scenarios. So
Yeah.
whatever ends up happening, there's going to be good plans in place, not just like, oh, we're not going back and we're scrambling, or we're going back partial and scrambling. There's plans in place for whatever ends up happening. So
yeah, it won't be like March was for all of us, where we were literally told like, hey, you're not coming back till after spring break. Figure it out. And it's a Thursday. And then while we're gone, they're like, oh, you're not going back at all. Figure it out again, right? It won't be that kind of situation. As Kate said, or Miss Sullivan said, we're already, everybody's in deliberation. Patrick, Mr. Flanagan, our principal, has already let us know we can start planning for next year, but our plans need to be able to cover if we're distance learning, if we're in-person learning, or if we're split learning. So we don't really know, but we are preparing for every scenario. If you have any questions, type them in the, I don't know if it's on your phone. Is it below? Is it to the left? Type in the chat box if you have any questions. And this is where I always feel awkward because I'm like sitting here waiting to see if anybody's typing questions. If you don't have any questions. I was gonna say, I see Kelly typing. I can always tell Kelly's typing face.
Sorry, I'm gonna unmute myself because I'm in a private chat with you and I can't tell how to get back into the group chat. But I wanted to let everybody know that we have had a giant box full of books that are in decent condition that we have read a million times, especially since COVID. So on Friday, depending on the weather, because I think there's supposed to be thunderstorms, on the corner of Dawn and Day Road in Lapine, there will be a box or two of books for kids of all ages. If you need books, they are free to take. Help yourself, okay? And if anybody else needs any other books, please let us know because we are willing to share.
Sharing is caring. Thanks, Kelly. Also, we'll have books. We got a bunch of books donated to the school. So we will have books out also. So you guys will have a plethora of, so you can't use the excuse, we didn't have any books, we can't read. Yes, you can. Okay. Oh, too many chats. From a solo host, we communicate with her. Yeah, I'm gonna let Miss Sullivan answer this question. I don't think she can see it because it's to me privately, but I'm gonna say yes because I know how dedicated Miss Sullivan is to our group. The question is, Miss Sullivan, if they can communicate with you over the summer as your guest teacher, and just like send you pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
See?
Definitely.
She's a rock star. On behalf of the parents, I'd better take. Okay, wait. On behalf of the parents, you'd better take all these kids back in the fall or else. Yeah. So we did have a discussion, and I will let you guys know this with our family. I figure it out. Take them back. Okay. So I love you guys. So we did have a discussion of like, will kids next year? Let's say we go back, right? Will we have a day where the kids come back to their last teacher and say their goodbyes? And we had a long discussion about it, but the verdict was no. And the reason being is this year is hard and it sucks and it's awful and we don't get to say goodbye to the kids the way that we want to. Trust me, kindergarten's end of the year party, let me tell, like, it's the bomb.com. We don't get to do it. But we feel as though if we bring the kids back to us after when we moved on, right, they have their new teacher, it might do more harm than good, if that makes sense. So your kindergartner can say hi to us in the hallway. We can say, we might visit their classrooms randomly. You will still see each other. We're not like moving to Antarctica, but we're not going to do like a whole event because we think that it might cause more harm than good, if that makes sense. Any other questions? And Tabitha, stop trying to pawn off your children on me. Never. Okay, I think that's all the questions. I am going to stop recording because that